This is 18mm F1.4 on Fujifilm X-T5. Why on earth would you buy such a big lens and expensive lens for an X-T5 camera, an APS-C camera? Let's talk about this now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and I like to talk about photography tips and tricks and photography gear. So if you are in content like this, please subscribe because I'll post more content like this, and also at the end of this video I will show you how you can get the Expand panoramic crop mode on your Fujifilm X-T5. So stay tuned till the end of this video. This is an 28mm equivalent field of view lens. This means at f1.4 you can get amazing portraits, unique looking portraits, unique looking shots, because you have that f1.4 lens with a very melted background, sufficiently melted background, with a micro contrast out of this world. The lens, it is very sharp, is resolving lots of details. So if you want to shoot it at f8, f5.6 for product photography, for landscape photography and so on, you can use it because the lens will resolve the 40 megapixel sensor of your Fujifilm X-T5 XH2. But at f1.4 you can get really close with this lens and get some amazing portraits and some amazing unique shots. So the first reason is image quality. The image quality, it is great with the color science of Fujifilm. Yes, you can buy a 28mm f2 on a Sony camera, but you will not have the color science of the Fujifilm, and also you will not have the micro contrast of this lens. So the optics of this lens are extraordinary. So the image quality, it is top notch image quality. The next reason is the AF speed of this lens. The AF speed of this lens in single mode but also in continuous mode is at the level of a Sony camera, so it is very fast. I was able to shoot street photography by night in AFS in hard lighting conditions by just pressing the button, and the images are in focus. So a top-notch lens for AF speed. So AF will not give you troubles. You can use the old 18mm f2 lens, of course, but the AF of this lens is not, of course, at the level of 18mm f1.4. So the AF, it is great. You will not feel that frustration that the AF is struggling. The AF will not make you any problems. The next point is that this 18mm f1.4, it is great for video work. So this is where this lens, it is winning it for me, because it is a great lens for photography, but also it is a great lens for video work. I am able to shoot this lens in lots of crop modes, video crop modes, using my X-T5 video menu, and I can get amazing shots. I can use this lens indoors, outdoors. I can take vlogs with this lens, I can take product, videography and so on. And more than that, being a wide lens, it is very stable. So I don't have handshakes in my footage. This is amazing. So I'm really loving this lens for video work. On the other side, I can't use 18mm f2 for video work. It will hunt and so on. So 18mm f1.4, it is great for video work. The next point refers to the resolution of this lens paired with the 40 megapixel sensor of X-T5 and of course of XH2. Well, this lens being so sharp, with so much micro contrast, with so good depth of field rendering, it can be used in crop mode. So you can get from this lens a 35mm with an f1.4 aperture that is giving you that light, and also you can crop to the 50mm field of view or even more if you want so. And I'm telling you from my experience, the pictures will pop. This is like on Leica Q2, and the Leica Q2 can crop till the 75mm field of view. So with this lens you can do also that. Yes, I've cropped, but the image it is small, but it will work on social media and in small prints. So basically you have at least 3 focal lenses, 3 fields of view in this lens. Of course you will not have the compression and so on and so on, but it will work, it will do the job. You will get portraits like you would get with a 20mm f2 on Fujifilm, or even with 35mm f2 if you are getting it close to your subject, but with an f1.4 lens. And this is my last reason, the f1.4 lens. Yes, I must address this fact again. Lots of us aren't realizing when we are starting photography how important is the f1.4 lens. The f1.4 aperture of a lens is important because it lets lots of light to hit the sensor. What does this mean? This means you can use a bigger shutter speed so you can freeze your subject. This means you can use a lower ISO so you'll have a clean image without noise. And also this is adding to the blurry of your depth of field when you want a blurry depth of field, when you want to separate the subject from the background. So this f1.4, it is magic, and it is a very important aperture that you want on your lens, and especially on an APS-C lens. So in conclusion, what I've said may be not sufficient to motivate you because you are thinking about the price, because you are thinking about the weight. This was my biggest problem, the weight and of course the price. Okay, I get the advantages, I get the benefits, but does it deserve in the end? Well, when I'm looking at my footage, when I'm looking at my images, when I'm looking at this kit, and when I'm taking this kit, I know that I can do all the photography that I want with just this kit. This is why I've called this kit my Leica Q2 Senior, because comparing it to Leica Q2 regarding images, I get, in my point of view, as a Sony A7RC user, so as a full frame user, I get the same image quality as a full frame camera, but even better because I have the Fujifilm colors and the Fujifilm micro contrast and the Fujifilm ergonomics. Next, you'll be motivated when you'll see your pictures. The images are popping, the portraits are popping, the video is looking great straight from the camera. You don't have to work anymore with the footage. The film simulations of a Fujifilm camera are so great, especially in video work. So, okay, I'm getting this, but why not to take the 35mm f2, the 18mm f2 and other lenses for my Fujifilm, smaller lenses and so on. Yes, you can get smaller lenses and you can buzzer by changing the lenses on your Fujifilm X-T5, but those lenses, how Fujifilm is saying, some of them doesn't resolve the full sensor of your Fujifilm X-T5. Next, this lens, how I've said, is resolving, and you can crop in and get the same field of view and the same effect even better than other lenses. So basically buying this lens is like buying 3 lenses from Fujifilm. So wait 3 lenses on your X-T5 and wait this lens. I think it's a no-brainer that it is better to have one lens with one good camera that is helping you get all the footage and all the pictures that you want depending on the scene where you are. So this lens again is great for architecture, this lens is great for interiors, this lens is great for travel photography and so on. So the only problem remains portability. This depends on you. If you want portability, of course this lens is not for you. But if you want to work with this lens, if you want to do product photography, if you want to do event photography, if you want to do wedding photography, if you want to do footage, vlogs, video work with this lens, if you want to use your X-H2 or your X-T5 as a working camera that can bring you some money, then this lens is a no-brainer. Yes, you pay a little more than other lenses, but you gain more on the long term. You gain more. You really don't need to work with the color. You have a beautiful, extraordinary image quality, and this is why I will keep this lens. It's a lens that is bringing me joy, it is bringing me good images, and it's bringing me good footage, good video on my X-T5. So a totally winner lens for your X-T5 or X-H2 camera. Please check my other videos about X-T5 and especially check my X-T5 in X-Pan panoramic crop mode with 18mm F1.4 lens. See what pictures and footage I was able to get straight from this camera, straight from X-T5 with 18mm F1.4. No editing of the footage and of the images at all. Thank you and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.